One of the most disturbing, terrible things that occurs within the book of Revelation occurs right here in the opening of the fifth seal. While most Christians just blow past it thinking, well, that's fine, but it's not going to happen to me because I'll be out of here during the pre-trib rapture that is taught in most churches. However, if we read the book correctly, we find that not only is the church alive and well on the planet Earth during the 7 years of tribulation, it's going to be here toward the end. Hello, everybody. I'm Keith O'Dare, and welcome to When You Search for the Truth, where we look for the truth by looking at the Word of God, word for word, in the order given from the original text, using the original definitions. I hope you're liking this study of Revelation. This is not a happy time in the book for Christians. Let's get started. All right, verse 9 of chapter 6. And when opening the fifth seal and looking under the place of sacrifice, which is the altar, this altar used to be on earth in the temple, but it signifies now that the sacrifices of the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Torah, is no longer on earth. That altar is now before the throne room of God, signaling that those sacrifices were fulfilled by the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And under this altar, the breath, which is symbolic of the souls, which I do believe most Bibles do interpret this or translate this as souls, of those who were slain. The word here, slain, means slaughtered and butchered. Not your normal killing. These people were brutally tortured and put to death because of the word of God and for the testimony which was held by them. Slaughtered and butchered. Again, not normal killing. These people are dismembered. Their body parts are thrown all over the place. And we find out that's exactly what verse 8 says, remember? Verse 8 said in the fourth seal that this being had a liberty of doing what he pleases over a fourth of the earth. Do you realize that if that's correlates with population, that's around 2.6 billion people if you take today's population of 2025. So a boatload of people are going to be butchered, and torn up, and dismembered, and so on, desecrated for the word of God and the testimony which they held. Verse 10, and crying out a loud voice, saying, till when, Lord, most holy and true, that you judge not? Otherwise, how long are you going to take to avenge us? And it says, goes on and says, judge and avenge our blood on those dwelling on the earth. Those dwelling on the earth are the ones that killed these people at the prodding of the fourth horseman. So a lot of people teach that these souls are souls that had given their life prior to the 7 years of tribulation. Well, no, because if you look at it, it says, avenge our blood on those dwelling on the earth. That's present. These people were harvested out during the time of the fifth seal. If you don't believe that, verse 11 says, and white robes was given each. God did not wait to give them white robes until the fifth seal. He would have given white robes when they were slaughtered and butchered, He wouldn't have waited till the 7 years of tribulation. He did it as soon as they come up. And white robes were given to each, saying to them that to take a rest, Shabbat, for just a little time, until their fellow servants also. So at this point, the killing's not done. The harvest of believers is not done. And it says that the servants also and their brother that are about to be killed should be completed or fulfilled. So there's going to be a number of people that will give their life. And when that number is up, that will be the time, wrath of God. And we know by other scriptures that the rapture occurs sometime before the wrath of God. And we'll get in that later on. So as we go through this, remember the seals span the entire 7 years of tribulation. And then it's almost like a reset. And it's a retelling of more specific things that are occurring within the 7 years of tribulation. So I know most people don't teach that, but when we get to that, you'll see that as we go on. All right. I hope you're enjoying us. Next time, we'll talk about the sixth seal. Shalom.